Hello, grade 8 learners. I am Teacher Alin and I welcome you all to another fun-filled discussion. Before anything else, I invite you all to subscribe to Math Nation's channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we have new uploads. Before we begin our lesson, let's have a review first of what you have learned last time.
The first question is, what is converse? Very good. The converse is a statement obtained by reversing the hypothesis and the conclusion of a conditional statement. Let's have an example. Given the conditional statement, if two lines intersect to form right angles, then they are perpendicular. What will be the converse of this conditional statement? Very good. The converse will be, if two lines are perpendicular, then they intersect to form right angles. The if statement become your then statement, and your then statement became your if statement. Let's have the next question. What is inverse? Very good. Inverse is a statement formed by negating the hypothesis and conclusion of a conditional statement. Let's have an example. If a figure is a square, then it is a parallelogram. So what will be our inverse in this conditional statement? Very good. The inverse of this conditional statement will be, if a figure is not a square, then it is not a parallelogram. Let's have the last question. What is contrapositive? Very good. The contrapositive is a statement formed by taking the negation of the hypothesis and conclusion of the conditional statement, then interchanging them. Let's look at this example. If two angles are vertical, then they are congruent. What will be our converse in this conditional statement? That's correct. Our converse is, if two angles are congruent, then they are vertical. How about our inverse? That's right. Our inverse will be, if two angles are not vertical, then they are not congruent. How about the contrapositive of this conditional statement? Excellent! The contrapositive of this conditional statement will be, if two angles are not congruent, then they are not vertical. Great job, my dear grade 8 learners. It seems like you are now ready for our next lesson.
At this point, I want you to get your compendium of notes, your modules, your notebook and pen for taking down notes.
We are now on the 8th week of second quarter, and for this week, we are tasked to illustrate the equivalences of the statement and its contrapositive, and the converse and inverse of a statement. For today's lesson, we will have equivalences of statements and contrapositive, and the converse and inverse of a statement. Are you now ready? If you are now ready, then let's begin. Let's have equivalent statement. If a conditional statement and its contrapositive are either both true or both false, similarly, the converse and the inverse of a conditional statements are either both true or both false, the pairs of statements such as this are called equivalent statements. Let's look at this example and see if these statements can be considered as equivalent statements. It is stated in the condition a while ago that it is considered as equivalent statements if conditional statement and contrapositive are both true or both false, and it is paired with the converse and inverse, which are also both true and both false. So, given the condition, let us see if these statements are considered equivalent. So let's have the first one. Conditional statement states if angle A is equal to 99 degrees, then angle A is obtuse. Is it true or is it false? Very good. This statement is true. Why? Excellent, because we all know that obtuse angles are angles which measures above 90 degrees, and we have here angle A which is 99. Therefore, it is an obtuse angle, and this statement is true. Let's have its partner, the contrapositive. It's stated here that if angle A is not obtuse, then angle A is not 99 degrees. Is this statement true or false? Very good. The statement is true. Because if it's not obtuse, then it doesn't measure 99 degrees. Did we satisfy the first condition? Yes, let's look at the next pair and see if these conditions or statements can be considered equivalent statement. The converse states that if angle A is obtuse, then angle A is equal to 99 degrees. Is this statement true or false? You are right. It is false. Why? Because not all obtuse angle measures 99 degrees. If this one measures 100 degrees, it can still be considered as obtuse. How about the inverse? If angle A is not equal to 99 degrees, then angle A is not obtuse. Is it true or is it false? You are right. It's definitely false. Because it doesn't mean that if it's not 99 degrees, it's already not obtuse. It can be 100 degrees but still an obtuse angle. So this statement is false. But we did satisfy the condition because both converse and inverse are false. Therefore, we can consider these statements as equivalent statements because the conditional statement and the contrapositive are both true, they are the same, which is paired with the converse and inverse that are both false, which is the same also. That's why we can consider this as equivalent statements. Let's now move on with biconditional statement. When a conditional and its converse are true, we can combine them as a true single biconditional statement. We can write a biconditional by joining the two parts of each conditional with the phrase if and only if. Let's have some examples. The first example is we have here a conditional statement. If two angles have the same measure, then the angles are equal. What will be our converse? Very good. We can write the converse as if two angles are equal, then they have the same measure. Are these statements true? Very good. If they are true, we can write a biconditional stating two angles have the same measure if and only if the angles are equal. Can you see the phrase if and only if there? Alright, so that's how you write a biconditional statement. Let's have the next example. We have here a conditional statement. If two lines are perpendicular, then they form four right angles. What is our converse? You are right. The converse is if two lines form four right angles, then they are perpendicular. Are these statements true? Very good. They are both true. That is why we can write a biconditional statement stating two lines are perpendicular if and only if they form four right angles. So that's how you write a biconditional statement. Let us now sum up what you have learned today. What is equivalent statement? Very good. The conditional and contrapositive are either both true or both false. And also the converse and the inverse should also be either both true and both false for it to be considered equivalent statement. How about biconditional statement? Excellent. When a conditional and its converse are true, we can combine them as a true single biconditional statement, and it is joined with the phrase if and only if. Very good.
If you have questions or clarifications, you may reach your teachers in your group chats. And that ends our lesson for today. Again, this is your teacher Alin, and don't forget that math is fun. Let's do it.